Police are investigating after they say a man was killed during a domestic dispute with his wife. According to Police Chief Greg Collins, it happened during a domestic dispute earlier today. 31-year-old Marquarius Jones was shot by his wife, 26-year-old Simyaya Jones, at the Marathon gas station on Highway 12 East. He was pronounced dead at the hospital. Simyaya Jones has been charged with murder.
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Hope your day's going pretty good. My day's going pretty good. Got a story for y'all today coming out of Mississippi, located in Starkville, Mississippi. And shout out to everybody in Starkville, Mississippi. And before I get started, I want to send a shout out to all of the good couples out there. And I understand that every day do not be peaches and cream. It's not going to be glory, glory, glory each and every day. You're going to have your ups and your downs. That's a part of being in a relationship. That's part of life, period. So shout out to you all. But in this story here, this didn't happen. Now, this here is 26-year-old Simyaya Jones. On August the 8th, she took the life of her husband, 31-year-old Marquarius Jones. And I want to send my condolences out to the family of 31-year-old Marquarius Jones, because this here was truly tragic. And it happened, she took her husband's life at a Marathon gas station on Highway 12 East in Starkville, Mississippi. This here is tragic. And as I read through the story, they said that she made a post one day praising how great of a parent that he is. As you can see in the picture right here, he's holding one of his children. I'm not quite sure how many children they have together, but at this point, this man's life is gone. And I guarantee you that his life is gone over nothing. And many times you see in these relationships, these marriages, whether the marriages are gay marriages or straight marriages, they have their ups and their downs. And they fuss and they fight with each other. And I know sometimes it's hard. Some people do not even need to be in a relationship because they temper, their mindset, they don't have control over themselves. And as she was making posts of her husband being a great parent, doing what he's supposed to do, at the end of the day, did that mean that they were supposed to be together? See, a lot of times the people be in these relationships and these marriages and they don't even supposed to be together. Not at all. Because they have fighting every weekend. Some couples fight every day, every weekend. When it gets to the point you feel like you got to square up with your mate, it's time to go. When it gets to the point that you feel like you have to pull out a gun on your partner or your mate, it's time to go. It's time to hang up the gloves, retire, hang up the keys, move on. You get what I'm talking about. It's time to move on. And I guarantee you this day that 26-year-old Simyaya Jones let her emotions get the best of her. All over maybe an argument. And I guarantee you that this started over an argument that could have been settled by, okay, you right, go on about your business. But now this man, 31 years old, Marquarius Jones, has lost his life. And also 26-year-old Simyaya Jones has lost her life. She had not lost her life in the point like her husband, but she had lost her freedom. And she has been sit in jail under a $1 million bond. She's not going to get out. For one thing, where is she going to get 10% of that? And another thing, she committed murder. She should have been thinking about her child or her children. That's what she should have been thinking about. Now the child is going to be raised up by someone else, maybe a family member, or maybe even CPS. Y'all see these stories that I make about CPS? They don't care anything about these children. They taking the children's lives also. So why in the world would you put your child in danger like this if you love your child? But I understand sometimes a person just don't think at the moment. Sometimes you have to stop and think to yourself, what if? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? And most of the time, when you think about it, especially when it comes down to taking someone's life, whether you are in a relationship with them, or a friendship with them, or a family member, or just somebody you just run into the store. If you think about it, are they worth taking your life away? Just think about it. This person is worth you giving up your life for. And you may be saying to yourself, how in the world am I giving my life up to this person? Because you point a gun at them and you're going to take their life and throw your life away and be behind bars for a person that you don't even like, or a person you might have a dispute against. What sense does that make? Don't make any sense at all, doesn't it? I know it don't. So before you think about doing something like this, that 26-year-old Samaya Jones did on August the 8th, walk away. Conflict is costly. Learn conflict resolution. Whether you are in the conflict with somebody you are in a relationship with, and the relationship don't mean just we hugging up and laying with each other. A relationship can be a friendship, family, whatever. It's a bond between two people. And people got to think about things before they do it. There's a lot of people walking around here with mental health each and every day. No help at all, going through things, hollering at their children, hollering at people at work, going through stuff at work, going through stuff with their children, going through stuff at church, going through stuff in the streets. You got people that get so upset to the point when you blow your horn at them, they will shoot you and take your life over a road rage incident. Completely dumb. Don't make any sense at all to me. When I'm behind somebody, I think twice before I even blow my horn. Because just by you blowing your horn at somebody could end your life. Very stupid. People are insane out here. And people are getting into these marriages and these relationships, jumping into relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship, and their mind is not even right. Flipping off the handle. Getting upset about any and everything. Having unrealistic expectations of people. Want this person to be your superwoman. Want this person to be your superman. You want somebody to bow down to you, hand to feet, and do everything that you say. What kind of stuff is that? I don't even want nobody like that. We got to have a disagreement sometimes. Why in the world do we have to take each other out behind a disagreement? And I know I kind of went off subject a little bit, but this all pertains to a relationship. If you are in a marriage or a relationship with somebody and you feel like you got to pick up a gun or a knife or run them over or throw them in the river, just any type of way of harming them, especially when it comes down to taking their life, you need to get ghost. And I mean by that, you need to move on. And if you don't understand what move on means, look in the dictionary. Look in the dictionary. That's all I can tell you. But this here is truly tragic. It's sad. They had a child together, laying inside of the bed beside each other, telling each other that they love each other, procreating with each other, sharing meals with each other, sharing last names. And this man didn't even know the danger that he was facing. The enemy was right there in his house the whole time. It was not in the streets. Sometimes you think the enemy is in the streets, but the enemy is right there between the sheets. Let me repeat that. Sometimes you think the enemy is in the streets, but the enemy is in the sheets. Think about it. The reason I say that is because sometimes they be the main person to take you out. Get upset at you over something stupid. Somebody messaged you on Facebook and said you look great. Somebody loved your picture. Just jealous hearted. Get your self-esteem up. Don't get in a relationship if you are jealous hearted. If you hot headed. Taking your children out, taking your spouse out, flipping off the handle like a little child. Some children don't even do that. Some children are more wiser than grown-ups. Why is that? I wonder why. Because the grown-ups are trying to act like the children, and the children are trying to act like grown-ups. Look around you. Children are in a hurry to be grown, want to get out there in the streets, want to go outside, ready to be outside. And you got people out there in their 40s and 50s talking about some, I'm outside. No example at all. But I hope you guys learn something from this. If you feel like you have to take the life of your spouse, or of your friend, or your family member, cut them off. Because at the end of the day, when you think about it, it was not that serious. And I guarantee you, this 26-year-old woman here, Samaya Jones, is now thinking about this. Thinking about the mistake she made. And if she loved her husband, she is heartbreaking behind this. She's going to go to jail for a long time. If not a long time, she's going to be in there for life. All because she couldn't control her emotions and let whatever problem that they had between each other go on about its business. I encourage you all to get some help if you need some help. Get some counseling if you need some counseling. Don't go to no preacher, no pastor, only if the pastor is seem like he's a trustworthy person. Because all pastors do not give you good advice. If you know this person is trash in your life, you don't need a pastor sitting up in a room telling y'all to stay together. And this man is whooping you upside your head, and this woman is trying to run you over with cars and whooping you upside your head. You don't need no pastor telling y'all for better or for worse with that. Forget what he's talking about. Move on. Go about your business before somebody hurts somebody. And I mean literally hurt somebody. Physically. You don't need that. So I encourage you all, get some help. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And give me your deepest thoughts about this. One more time, I want to send my deepest condolences out to the family of Marquarius Jones, 31 years old. His life has been taken for nothing. Yes, his life is taken for nothing. People go through problems every single day. And another thing, y'all stop getting in these relationships expecting for somebody to be something that would never happen at all. And most of the time, these type of men, these type of women you're looking for, you don't even want them anyway. Some people might want a weak man or a weak woman that's not going to stand up for themselves. They're just going to let them run over them. And at the end of the day, you are weak for even wanting somebody like that. Because if you that dude, somebody is going to fall in line with your plan. If you that woman, the man is going to fall in with you also. You do not have to try to own somebody and take over their life and make their life miserable just because you want a slave. Y'all have a good one. Y'all have a blessed one. And watch out for your spouse, your friend, your family member, or whoever, your coworker, wherever you are. If a person is giving you trouble, look around you and watch your back. And that's a blues song, and this for the married couples and the couples, period. Whether you married or not. There's a song that's called I Have to Sleep with One Eye Open. But she was not talking about a bad thing. But you need to sleep. You need to sleep with one eye open, watching that person that you're sleeping beside, because they may be the one that try to take you out. Have a good one. Have a blessed one. Holla at you.